On the telecast with me is Shani Segal. She's the Senior Manager of Operations and Enablement. Shani, it's good to have you on the telecast. Where exactly are you located right now in Israel?
So, first of all, thank you for having me. I was in India, by the way, in June, and I fell in love with India. So for me, this interview is even more special. I'm currently in Tel Aviv, in Israel.
When you say you're the Senior Manager of Operations and Enablement, what exactly do you do?
I'm the woman behind the scenes. We have our customer success organization, and my team are helping to organize and build processes for better customer experience. And I'm saying this while for the past 11 days I wasn't able to even think about work. Yeah.
How has the war impacted you, your family, your friends?
So my cousin Rimon is kidnapped in Gaza with her husband. Yagev, Rimon is 36-year-old, Yagev is 34-year-old. And we were told, they were missing for a week. And then after a week, we were told by the government that they are considered kidnapped in Gaza.
Okay, also at this point of time, are you in safe shelters, the safe homes that have been created by the government? What's the situation like on the ground? There was also news pouring in that there were fresh strikes by Hamas terrorists into Israel. Which parts have been impacted?
So on October 7th, the day that the sky fell for our family, we had more than thousands of terrorists that fled into Israel. They slaughtered, they murdered, they abused, they did unspeakable things to not only, by the way, Jewish people in Israel, but also Muslims and Christians in Israel itself. And I am currently in Tel Aviv in my home, which is relatively safer. And I'm saying relatively safer because we do have sirens of potential rockets coming. But this morning, I don't want to jinx it, but this morning has been relatively quiet.
Obviously, anticipation high. Everybody must be wondering, they want peace to sustain, but how long do you think the war is going to go on?
I don't know how long it's going to take, but I do want to say that we, all people of the world, should unite together in the fight against terror. Hamas is a terror organization that is also harming their own civilians in Gaza. And I think that however long it takes, we should fight terror. Terror should not win in any case. I'm hoping that it won't be long, but I do feel like we should, bring peace to the world, and terror will not help us do it.
Now, there have been, over the past successive attacks that Israel and Israeli citizens have witnessed at the hands of Hamas terrorists. Do you think there is a long-lasting solution where the Hamas terrorist organization can be completely snuffed out?
So it's a complex question. I can tell you that my family has been living in the south of Israel for over 50 years. For the past 20 years, they've been suffering from rockets. Just to give you a little bit of proportions, when they hear the siren for a rocket coming from Gaza, they have 15 seconds, 15 seconds to go into a safe room, which means that if you have two children and one of them is playing outside and one of them is playing in the kitchen or is making himself breakfast, and there are 15 seconds and you need to save one of them, sometimes people need to make very difficult decisions. And I think that, as you know, when we, as the state of Israel, ask civilians in Gaza, we tell them there are terror infrastructure where you are based. We need to bomb this specific infrastructure. We're asking you, please leave. We don't want to harm any civilians whatsoever. Hamas terrorists tells them, either you stay here and might die, or if you run away, we will kill you. You need to understand that this situation is terrible, not only for Israel, but also for the Palestinians that are based in Gaza.
Yeah.
Right now, there are over 200 kidnapped individuals, because they're not all Israelis, currently in Gaza.
Yeah.
And the world should unite.
Among these 200 people, innocents that have been kidnapped, your aunt Ramon Leora Krish is also kidnapped. How are you coping up?
I'm not. And thank you for asking. This is a very kind question. For the past 11 days, I haven't been sleeping well. I'm not eating well. Our families are trying to do whatever we can to get my cousin and her husband back. We're trying to go all over the world to make people hear us and help us. And every time that I think about myself and I say to myself, like, I'm tired, I'm hungry, or anything like that, I keep imagining that my cousin is in the hands of terrorists that have beheaded babies and they've burned bodies and they've burned houses, and I just can't sleep. Every time that I think about myself, the only thing that I think of is my family's out there, and we need to save all the hostages, civilians. That's what they're like. It's something that if you think about every one of us in the safety of our home. My cousin texted her mom and said, I have terrorists outside the window. They're shooting at me. She's left her a voice memo, told her that she loves her. And that was the last time that we heard from her. It was Saturday, October 7th at 8:30 in the morning. We all have families. Just imagine if it was your cousin, your mother, your father, your grandmother, your sister, your daughter, your son. Just think that you have no idea where they are. Their house was found with bullet holes and blood, and they were gone.
Yeah.
It's not something that anyone should cope with.
Shani, we were seeing those visuals, we were hearing those, gut-wrenching accounts, a number of these videos that went viral, charred bodies, beheaded babies. There were women who were raped, their elderly who were kidnapped and killed, and their throats were slit. So, gut-wrenching, and all my solidarity and support to the people of Israel and to you, because only the thought of actually going through this ordeal, this barbaric atrocities that have been meted out by the Hamas is shuddering. It's something that nobody could imagine could have happened. But stay strong, Shani. Thanks for talking to us on NewsX.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.